Hey everyone, today we're learning the basics of mechanics. So just write it down. The basics. Mechanics. So we'll be much focused on mechanics here. So the mechanics is basically the things which move. Things which move. So for our first video on this new topic, let's see. So you may have studied in your early days that if an object is moving at, let's say, speed of 10 meter per second, and the distance it needs to travel as maybe, let's say, till here, which is 100 meters. So you know the usual formula, which is speed is equal to distance over time. Therefore, this would be distance, where speed is 10, so distance is 100, or time t, so we have to find the time. So time goes there, 10 comes here, so that would be 100 by 10, so that would be the time taken, so that would be 10 seconds. So time would be 10. So it's quite easy here. So let's get deeper into it. So as I talked before, there's velocity for a body if it's moving in a direction. Then that's the acceleration. Then that's the time taken. And the displacement or the distance. Let's keep this inside. So let's check another example. And body, maybe, let's say a cat. I'm not really good at this. And let's say the cat starts at 0 meter per second and it ends at 15 meters per second. So the velocity is from 0 to 15. So the initial velocity u, which is 0 meter per second, and the final velocity is 15 meters per second. That's something called initial and final. So initial is its initial speed or initial velocity, and the v is the final velocity or the final speed of the cat. So let's say it's traveling for a distance of 100 meters. Now they're asking you to find the acceleration. I highly advise students to write the data before solving a question. As I written here, it really helps in reducing errors. So let's solve this. So before we start, there are 3 equations of motion which you can easily memorize it. It's very simple. So the first one is v is equal to u plus at. Second one is s is equal to ut plus half ut at squared. The third one is s is equal to v squared minus u squared by 2a. I'll do the derivation in another video. Till then, you can just memorize this. So we know the initial velocity is 0, the final is 15, we don't know the acceleration, and let's say the time it takes is around 20 seconds. So out of this, we can take any formula and we can find it. So we know V, we know U, we know A, and we don't know A and we know T. So this is the simplest formula we can use to solve it, but you can solve it using the other formulas as well. So for this, I'll take the simplest formula just for simplicity. So we know, let's do it again. So we know V is equal to U plus AT. So we know V as 15 meter per second. That looks like 6. That's 5. 15 meter per second. And the U is 0, so you can just cancel that out. Plus AT, we don't know A, so and the time is 20 seconds, so we can just put it back at 20. So we need to find A, so we can just write that as 15. Let's say 15 is equal to A of 20 or 20A. So 20 goes on the other side, so 15 is going. So 15 by 20 is equal to A. So 5 3s, 5 4s. So 3 by 4 meter per second squared equals 3 by A. So we can also write this as 0.75 meter per second squared. So that's pretty much the introduction to mechanics. We'll proceed much further in the upcoming videos. Thank you.